Welcome back to another video in this Arty Musings series. I hope you've been enjoying them so far and have had some insight into, well, my creative life at least. And in this video I am going to continue talking about me specifically, or rather how I approach or maintain my life and how that is then translated as a symbol into my paintings, because life in general tends to inspire me. And this one is really about how I view my life. So there is the outside world and the inner world. And when it comes to interacting with the outside world, I try to keep it as simple as possible, drama-free, and I don't have a social calendar. I don't do much in the outside world. I try to keep it simplified and structured and seriously organized so that it works almost like a fortress and it keeps me protected. It keeps a very specific space protected for me, and that space is the one where I will be able to explore and experiment and be creative and even be spontaneous without any disturbance. So this is how I approach life, or how I maintain my personal life. There are two parts to it. There is the outside structure, which that's the part that really takes maintenance, really, because when that is maintained, I have the inner space where I get to be creative and I can spend hours being contemplative or just doodling ideas or experimenting with the paint, whatever it is. And because I have that organized fortress, as I call it, around me, it means that without disturbance, my creativity can really flourish. So I really try to maintain the outside structure so that the inner world can work without me having to patch it up all the time or try to find the time in between other things in life. It's always there for me. This is one of the reasons I like to keep my life as simple as possible, and I try to make sure that I don't have too many tasks per day, and I keep my social life pretty close. Actually have a few close friends, and I try not to be spread thin with everything else in life, because I know my energy and my attention will be spread thin across all my sort of creative interests. So for this reason, it's something that actually developed over time, or rather the way I perceive it has developed over time. And I have found this actually really useful in being able to gauge even decisions in my life, because I can see which part of my life a certain decision will fall into. So if it's a creative, I know I need time and space to really explore an idea, or if I want to experiment with technique or with creativity in general, I know I'll need that space. And for that, I will then find that space by maintaining the outside structure. I will make sure that no one disturbs me. I will organize all my tasks around so that nothing can get in the way of me needing that space to figure out the next creative expression that I have. And my symbol for this in my paintings, because like I said, everything in life inspires me, the symbol that I use is a globe in a chalice, or some sort of structure. So it could be a stand, it could be a cup, and on top of that there'll be a globe, and that globe represents the space that I have to be as chaotic as I want, as creative as I want. And I have a couple of paintings behind me with a couple of variations on that theme, so you get an idea. This one here is actually, as you can see, there's a stand with a globe on it. I hope you can see that. And this one, actually the globe is cracked, and this, let me show you the painting actually. It's specifically a painting on, there is a bit of a glare on it. I'm not sure if you can see clearly, but the painting is on my website, so you can go check it over there. This painting is actually specifically about healing, and that's why there are cracks on the globe. It represents having gone through either a difficult phase or having hit rock bottom and then needing that healing time. And that painting, even though it's very dark, the darkness represents the sort of midnight hour, or the inner world, or the womb state of reviving yourself. So that's one version of my globe in a chalice concept. The other one is actually in Ardhanarishwara, and again this painting is also on a blog post on my website. But over here I have made a few changes to the structure of it. So instead of a stand I have a tree, and instead of the globe I have the moon, as you can see here. And that's because it relates to the context of that specific painting, and like I said, there is a blog post relating all the symbology of that painting, so you can go read that if you are interested in such things. But that is how my symbolism works, and I've told you before, I've talked about how I create paintings. And when something in life inspires me, I tend to put either the story or the concept in a symbol, and then have the symbols around in my paintings, and each little thing means something. So that gives you an idea of how I view my life and how I maintain it. Very brief. If there are any specific details you would like me to explain, or if you have any questions in general, feel free to ask, and I will answer them maybe in another video, or I'll comment down below as well. I hope that is insightful as well, and I hope that your week has been really good to you, and that you'll have a great weekend ahead. So until next time, take care and goodbye.